Okay, everybody, let's get started. This one is your video number 4. And this one has the definition of linear pair and the definition of vertical angles. Okay, let's go for this. Let's say they have a line like this, right? Any line is good. 2 arrowheads at the end. And let's say they have a point here. And from that point you have a ray, like this. As you can see, this ray is actually creating 2 angles. Let's say this one is angle 1 and this one is angle 2. You see that? They are neighbors, they are side by side. So the definition says, a linear pair is formed by 2 angles, this angle 1 and angle 2, that are side by side, and the non-common sides make the straight line. So you need to have this straight line. So that's the definition of linear pair. And something good to remember is that these 2 angles, they together make kind of like a half moon here, like a semicircle. So this one is always 180 degrees. That's the definition of linear pair. 2 angles that are side by side, and the non-common sides, they make a straight line. Okay, let's go down over the definition of vertical angle. So if you have a line like this, and you have another line intersecting like this, it is always true that the intersection is a point. And it is always true that there are 4 angles around the intersection. So the angles that are opposite to each other at the intersection, they are vertical, and that's the definition. So if I put over here numbers, number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, it's easy to see that number 2 is opposite to number 4. Those are vertical angles. And number 3, right, is opposite to number 1. So those 2 are vertical angles. Number 4 is vertical to number 2. Number 3 is vertical to number 1. And what do we need to remember? That they are vertical, right? That's the name that they have. And they are always congruent. They always measure the same. They measure, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. They measure the same. My bad, it's too early.